Attention all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Robert, do you understand the challenge we have right now in the Great Northeast? Do you understand what's happening in our atmosphere?
Well, all I know is that I suddenly have credibility because my baby sister who lives in Norwalk has never seen an episode of Ancient Aliens. I was telling her that I was on WABC, and all of a sudden, I matter. So thank you.
I'm glad I could deliver this challenge and get rid of the problems you have at Thanksgiving.
Yes.
The challenge is at Thanksgiving. We have all of the smoke coming from the Canadian wildfires
right. Yes.
over Michigan, Wisconsin, upstate New York, northeast Ohio, and and New Jersey. And it's not like kind of interesting smoke. It is blinding smoke. It is visibility of 2 or 3 feet ahead of you going over the Mackinac Island Bridge. And it stinks to high heaven. It's an amazing thing to see, and no one giving us an answer about, gee, when it might get over or how it can get better. No, it's really bad. It's the worst air pollution we've ever seen, and because I'm such an idiot, I say, well, actually, this is the way New Jersey looked in the 50s and 60s. It's just sort of reminiscent. It'll bring back nostalgia to many people.
I was going to say, it sounds like downtown L.A. on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's just like that.
Yeah, when we had the fires here, it was like that. It was intense. And so I can certainly understand and empathize with what you're going through because, man, we've experienced it here a lot with our wildfires. It's rough.
Now, let's go back over something you said that was very significant. Uh-huh. You have a sister who's never seen your show?
Yeah, can you believe that?
No.
Yeah, her name is Lynn. I don't know. It's crazy. We speak all the time. We love each other very much. And I keep asking her if she's ever seen an episode. She goes, no. But then I mentioned to her that was on WABC. She goes, oh, I listen to that all the time. I'm going to listen tonight.
I think you want to say hello to your sister. You want to give her name.
Her name is Lynn.
Do you want to give her last name?
Clotworthy, of course.
Excellent. Is Lynn? Does she work? Is she married? What's the deal?
She's actually recently retired, and she lives in Norwalk. She moved back with my family back in the 1980s. She was born actually in California, but has lived most of her life in the East Coast, as did everybody on my father's side of the family, who are actually from New Jersey. So I'm very well. I've spent a lot of wonderful summers on the Jersey Shore. My father was from Westfield, and my uncle, who was the Olympic champion, used to take the train into New York and work out at the New York Athletic Club when he was diving. So,
that's major.
East Coast
Northeast.
roots are deep.
Yeah, that's a major Northeast family there, Robert Clotworthy.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the show tonight. Now, what would you like to share with us about this week on Ancient Aliens? Some episodes coming up. What do we need to know from you and your great show?
Well, I know that you've been in touch with a couple of the producers, so we've got some interesting things in the works. I saw that you'd sent some information about Tartaria today. I'm hoping that we pick up on that and start to explore that a little bit. I'm really looking forward to getting Max Thompson, the producer of the show, on air with me when we speak. He's in the middle of working diligently on creating these new episodes for us, because we're about to really start slamming it at the studio very, very soon. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. This week I was in there. We just did some pickups on a show that we did about Africa, which you and I have already discussed, and I find incredibly fascinating. But we've got some really fascinating episodes in the works.
Because of the interest of the Midnight Misfits, and because of your generous offer and your producer's generous offer, saying, is there anything they'd like to know more about? Is there anything they'd like to hear about? And yes, I mentioned Tartaria. There are two other things that I think will intrigue your producers. One is the mud floods.
Yes.
Between 1750 and 1800, much of the city street grades in North America were destroyed by horrible weather and mud floods. And what's interesting is that after that happened, the elite at the time went to those cities and bought up as much of the land as they could at a moment in time where nobody wanted it anymore. And many of the downtowns, Columbus and Cleveland and Cincinnati and the ones in Wisconsin, many of the downtowns are just owned by 2 or 3 guys to this day. And they were able to take over. The other thing, which I'll mention in the next email to them, is about the orphan trains. Do you know about the orphan trains?
No, I do not.
Well, the Child Welfare Society, some of the Child Welfare Societies weren't quite as kind and generous as it appears. They would scoop up orphans and kids from poor families and kids from families that had parents but couldn't really take care of them, and put them on trains and ship them out to cities that had been burned to the ground and repopulated them without paper, without birth certificates. And that must be quite a story. So I mentioned that to them. Now, about the moon, Mr. Clotworthy, I know your obsession is about the moon, and I keep thinking about the moon being hollow. Have you given that any more thought? Do you have any more ideas on that?
I believe it's a very, very strong possibility that it is. Just from the people that I've spoken to who are, for lack of a better word, they're in the know. They worked at NASA. They've heard the ringing of the moon. And if you hear a ringing of the moon, why is it ringing? It's because it's hollow.
Right.
So, until you prove to me that it's not, I can't imagine that it's got this hot molten core in the center of it. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It clearly doesn't, because there's no venting of that.
Yeah.
None of them reported that there was heat. None of them reported lava. It looks like a dead entity. It has always looked like that. And then you throw in the fact that the craters are all the same depth.
Yeah. It almost looks like it was designed, doesn't it?
Yes.
So somebody did a model of it and said, this is what we want a moon to look like. Build this.
Now, you had dinner with Giorgio this week. Is that the rumor?
The week before. Yeah.
And did he reveal anything about the pyramids? What is he fascinated with at this moment? Do you know?
Oh, my goodness. Well, the conversation at dinner was not really about that, because he was there in Los Angeles to record some new episodes of Ancient Aliens. And basically what happens, he works on a Friday. He arrived on I think a Tuesday or Wednesday. We all had dinner on Wednesday. And Thursday he just stays in his hotel. He calls it a school night and just works on the answers to the questions that they ask. The way that Ancient Aliens, the way we put together the shows is we have a topic, we have a concept for that particular episode. We let the theorists do their research on that, and then they come back and we ask them. Of course, we have questions that we want to ask them, and they research their answers. So they're not just pulling things out of their behind. It's well researched. So I really didn't talk to him in great detail about the pyramids or anything like that at all. Next time, I will pin him down. I'll put him in a chair, tie him up, and force him to answer some questions. Well,
that's a good idea. Now, you told us how long it takes you to cut the narration. About how long does it take the production company to shoot all of those contributors?
Oh, my goodness. I'm not certain whether they just do one person a day or maybe a couple of people a day, but they have a couple of different locations that they shoot at. And depending on the person that's there, that will, I think, help dictate how much time is spent. Giorgio he's very, very sharp. He really knows his stuff. And when you ask him questions, he's going to answer them. So he's not a tough one to pull information out of. Some of the people that maybe have not been on the show as much, that might be a little bit more of a challenging shoot. But Giorgio and the main contributors, I don't think there's really much of an issue at all. I think it goes fairly quickly, because I think Giorgio was heading back to his home either that weekend or certainly on Monday of the next week.
And David Childress appears to always be speaking in ancient alien language. Like, you could start shooting him at any point in his day, and he'd be mid-sentence. He'd be a needle drop. and it would just be perfect. He would just be perfect. He's always very, very nervous and excited. Could it be? Could it be? I always worry about his blood pressure. You think
it looks like his head's about to explode.
Yes, yes. But it's great drama. The show is fantastic. You should be proud of 19 seasons. We're proud to have you on this show. You guys made a request of us. I am working on it. I should get you an answer very soon, and I am grateful for that. And we'll stay in
we
touch.
take the input. We take the input of the fans very, very seriously. We're very, very connected with the people that are watching the show. So I'm happy that we were able to make the connection.
Robert Clotworthy, narrator, voice, Ancient Aliens.